Good morning, guys. This is your Monday lesson, Introduction to Inequalities. So let's get started here. In our first blank, we're going to write an inequality is a mathematical sentence that two quantities that are not equal. Okay, and you guys remember inequalities from elementary school. This is when we have the different symbols, right? That's when we have our symbol of less than, looks like this, okay? And we know that the example that would go with that is when we see words like must be less than or must be under. Okay, we know our greater than symbol looks like this. Okay, and we know that that is special code for must be over. So when we read a problem that says must be over, we have to use the greater than symbol. Okay, the next thing is less than or equal to. And we know that that symbol looks a little different. Okay, it is still the same less than symbol, but we put the little line underneath it that symbolizes is also equal to. Okay, we can recognize this in word problems when we see things like no more than, is not greater than, or at most. Okay, and then the last symbol that we have is greater than or equal to. So it still has the same greater than symbol, but we put that little line underneath to symbolize also equal to. So this is code for when we see things like must be at least a certain number or no less than a certain number. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples here together. Okay, it says of the given values 6, 7, or 8, determine which values makes the inequality f plus 2 is less than 9 true. Okay, so this isn't too bad. All we have to do is plug and chug for this letter F with the numbers that are in our list. Whichever numbers make this sentence true, we're good to go. So let's plug and chug 6. We do 6 plus 2. That's going to give us 8. Is 8 less than 9? It sure is. That's going to work for us. Let's try 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Is 9 less than 9? I don't think so. Those are equal. And then last but not least, we've got that 8 to plug and chug for F. 8 plus 2, that's going to give me 10. Is 10 less than 9? Absolutely not. Okay, and guys, we do the same thing here for number 2. All right, so here we go. Number 3, the number of text messages Leah sent each month is shown on the table. She can send no more than 55 messages each month without being charged. Use the inequality T is less than or equal to 55, where T is the number of text messages in a month, to determine which months she exceeded her limit. Okay, this is very important. I'm actually going to stop right there before going on to the rest of it. Use the inequality T is less than or equal to 55. Why don't we use the less than or equal to symbol there? Take a second to think. Her phone contract says she can send no more than. No more than means we can do that amount, 55, but we cannot go over. So when we look at this chart, let's figure out which months she actually went over. Well, she went over in January by 1 additional message, and she went over in February by 2 additional messages. March, she was right on the money, and in April, she was a couple messages under, which is fantastic. She's not going to get overcharged for that. So let's take a look here. It says if each additional text costs $0.25, how much was Leah charged from January to April? Okay, so in all these months, we want to see how much she got charged extra. Well, She only got charged for how many extra text messages? She got charged for 3 extra. So all we have to do is take 25 cents times 3, and we'll get our answer for how much she went over. So we had to use the inequality to help us figure this out. Okay, but then we had to do some extra math and interpret what was going on in our table. Okay, so we should end up getting Leah was charged 75 cents for the extra text messages in the 4 months. Okay, number 4 here is kind of a thinker. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, what is true about the relationship between A and C? So let's take a quick think here. A is bigger than B. So A so far is the biggest, and B is bigger than C. So that must mean that A is greater than C. Wouldn't you agree? C has to be the smallest in these 3 numbers. Okay, remember, just plug and chug here. We could do something like this. If I just substituted 5 is greater than 4, and on this one, if B I said equaled 4, I'm just making it up. 4 would be greater than some other number, such as 3. Couldn't I say that 5 is also greater than 3? Absolutely. Guys, if you ever see stuff like that, where it's this like super tricky thing, fill in numbers that would make sense for A, B, and C, and it'll make it way easier for you to figure out. Okay. Number 5, if x equals 2, is the following inequality true or false? Okay, so all we have to do on this one, guys, is we plug and chug. Okay, we've got 112 over 8 plus x, so we're going to put plus 2 here. And this 112 over 8 will come with us. We have is greater than or equal to 15 plus, that was a horrible 15, sorry guys, 4 times x equals 2, we plug and chug, minus 7. So really the first thing I've got to do here is simplify my 112 over 8. I can make that into a prettier number for us. Okay, that's going to equal 14 when I simplify. So this side is going to be 14 plus 2 is greater than or equal to 15 plus 4 times 2 would be 8 minus 7. So all I have to do now is do my order of ops. 14 plus 2 is 16. Then I have to do 15 plus 8, which is going to give me 23. And we have to then do minus 7 on the right. And then 23 minus 7 is going to give me 16. So is my statement true? 16 is greater than or equal to 16? Absolutely it is. That's a happy face fun time. And the reason why is because of this equal sign. 16 is in fact equal to 16. They're the same value. Okay, friendos, I want you to try some of this partner practice here. It works the same way. We substitute in. Okay, we find which value would work the best when we plug and chug. And then we do the same stuff it seems like down here, except maybe gets a little trickier. Okay, take a quick look at that, and then when you're done with that, today you'll have 2 pages of homework. They're not too bad, and we'll go over those tomorrow when you get to class. Okay? Guys, have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm proud of you. Keep working hard on math. Catch you later.